students. Here we have a new topic today: disaster management. Have you ever heard about any disaster in your city or village? How did they manage to set the situation well again? Pay attention. It's an exciting and important topic. Every individual should know this topic. So, listen carefully. Learning objectives. In this video, we are focusing on concepts like famine and reasons for famine, cloudburst, flood and its protective measures, volcano, tsunami and destructive effects of tsunami. Keywords: famine, cloudburst, volcano, tsunami, disaster, lightning, concept map. Firstly, what is disaster management? The practice of efficient management and response to disaster is known as a disaster management. Strategically, it involves giving priority to repairing the harm caused by disasters. It also includes a systematic approach to managing disaster prevention, preparation, response, and recovery duties. Before going to the topic, check these questions. Is it possible to prevent the loss of life caused by lightning? What should be done to prevent the burns on a farm from getting washed away in the rainy season? Why do we experience water scarcity? What would happen if no food were grown for one whole year? There are two types of disasters, namely man-made and natural. Certain disasters are preventable, and for some kinds of disasters, we need to take precautions beforehand. Let us learn in detail. Generally, natural and man-made disasters are related to each other. Natural disasters such as famine, lightning strikes, cloudburst, storms, etc. occur due to changes in the weather. There is a possibility of damage to property in such natural calamities. What can we do to deal with these losses? Thus, a disaster management group existed. First, let us go into detail. step by step into each natural disaster. Famine. The condition arising from long-term and severe scarcity of food grains and water is famine. Famines can be very severe, although the main cause of famine is natural phenomena. This condition is created by some human activities besides some natural events. So, only humans can reduce the severity of famine through proper planning. Planned usage of water, water conservation, water harvesting plans, and reuse of water. Large-scale tree plantation and prevention of deforestation. Sometimes updating the plans and taking weather forecast into account is very important. There are records of loss of life caused by severe famines in various parts of the world. Asia has turned out to be the most famine-affected continent in the world. A majority of the famines occurred in drought-prone and flood-affected regions. Famines that affected India and China are the most dreadful that have occurred in the world. So, what's happening? Water shortage is increasing as the balance between rainfall and population is disturbed. Though there has been very high rise in the production of food grains as a result of the Green Revolution, the balance of the environment has been lost due to the use of chemical fertilizers, pesticides, and weedicides. Unlimited lifting of water, erosion of land, misuse of water, these all can be considered as reasons causing famine. Next. Cloudburst. The Government of India established the National Flood Commission in 1976. The Commission has made special efforts to control floods. A plan regarding flood control is kept ready from the national level to the village level. Large-scale damage to property and loss of life can be avoided because of this plan. Sometimes the water coming down from rain clouds does not reach the land in the form of rain. Instead, due to the very high temperature near the land, it vaporizes and goes back into the same clouds. As a result, the amount of vapor in those clouds becomes very high. Due to rapid condensation, it rains suddenly over a specific and small region at a rate of 100 mm per hour or more. This is known as a cloudburst. Flood. What is meant by flood? What are the effects of floods? An overflow of water onto normally dry land. The effects we see include damage to property, destruction of crops, loss of livestock, non-functioning infrastructure facilities, and deterioration of health due to waterborne diseases. Loss of livestock, non-functioning infrastructure facilities, and deterioration of health due to waterborne diseases. Protective measures concerning floods. Construction of small dams in mountainous regions. Construction of percolation tanks. Making riverbeds flat. Cultivation of new forest. Connecting rivers. Lightning. Have you seen a flash of lightning in the sky? What causes lightning? You have learnt about the generation of electric charge and lightning strikes in the lesson of static electricity. Here, in the same way, when a charged cloud passes over an uncharged cloud, the uncharged cloud obtains an opposite charge. Later, when two oppositely charged clouds come close to each other, they attract and strongly combine to produce large amounts of heat, light, and sound, thus causing lightning. Precautions. Keep away from all utility lines and objects that conduct electricity. Volcano. A volcano is a natural event or phenomenon. Movement of hot substances continuously occurs from the interior part of the earth towards the surface of the earth. As a result, sometimes the solid, liquid, and gaseous substance below the earth crust are pushed towards the crust. When these substances come out of the earth crust in an eruption and start flowing, it is called a volcano. What are the effects of a volcano? The chemical substance such as lava, vapor, hot mud, sulfur, etc. get collected on the surface of the earth, and thereby mountains and hills are created. The atmosphere gets polluted due to the ash and gases ejected by the volcano. Often, it rains as a result of a volcanic eruption. Temperature rises due to hot gases. Forests and settlements get buried under the hot mud. Volcanoes erupt in the sea as they do on land. The same substance that come out during the eruption of a volcano on the land are ejected during the eruption of a volcano in the sea. Some islands are created due to the eruption of volcanoes in the sea. It is not possible to prevent the eruption of a volcano, to stop it after it erupts, or to control it. However, using science and technology, it is possible to predict an eruption and to take immediate steps for disaster management. Tsunami. Before knowing about tsunamis, first let's talk about earthquakes and what happens when earthquakes and volcanic eruptions occur at the bottom of the sea as on land. Earthquakes and volcanic eruptions occur at the bottom of the sea too. If an earthquake occurs at the bottom of the ocean, the energy released pushes the water upwards. As a result of this, a peculiar type of a wave is formed. These waves are not very high near the source, but they start spreading very fast to long distances. The velocity of these waves is 800 to 900 kilometers per hour. When they reach a coastal area, their velocity is reduced, but their height is found to have increased tremendously, even to about 30 meters. Such a wave generated by an earthquake or volcano occurring on the ocean floor is called a tsunami. Tsunami is a Japanese word which means harbor wave. Destructive effects of tsunami. Buildings and other construction are destroyed. There is large-scale loss of life and financial loss. Trees get uprooted. Landslides take place on a large scale. Changes take place in the original land near the coast, giving rise to swamps. The harbors and the business industry related to the sea are adversely affected, and normal day-to-day life is disrupted. Storm. A storm is a disturbed state formed due to pressure differences in the environment that involves strong winds, heavy precipitation, or both. Effects of a storm. Loss of life and property. Electric supply disruption. Disruption of transport and communication. Points to remember. The practice of efficient management and response to disasters is known as disaster management. There are two types of disasters, namely man-made and natural. Natural disaster such as famine, lightning strikes, cloudburst, storms, etc. occur due to changes in the weather. The condition that arises due to long-term and severe scarcity of food grains and water is famine. At the time of cloudburst, it rains suddenly over a specific and small region at a rate of 100 mm per hour or more. The movement of hot substances continuously occurs from the interior part of the earth towards the surface of the earth is called a volcano. An overflow of water onto normally dry land. A storm is disturbed state formed due to pressure differences in the environment. Thank you for watching the video. To get more videos further for more knowledge, like, share and subscribe. Bye children. See you in the next video.